am JBN Dr. Namika Aherwal, Associate Professor in the Department of Science and Technology at Jayoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University, Jaipur. Today I am going to take the lecture on the topic indexing OLAP data. In this, first of all, you should know the requirements of an indexing methods. What are these requirements? These are categorized into following like symmetry partial method queries. In this symmetry partial match queries, most of the OLAP queries can be expressed. OLAP means what? Online transaction analytical processing. So these queries can be expressed conceptually as a partial range query where associated with one or more dimensions of the cube is a union of range of values, and we need to efficiently retrieve data corresponding to this range. Next is the extreme case is where the size of the range is one for all dimensions, giving us point query. The range could be contiguous, for instance, like time between January 94 to July 94, or discontinuous, or for instance first month of every year, and product in shop, soap, shirts, shoes. Okay, so these are the symmetry, like, okay, the symmetry partial match queries. The second is the indexing at multiple levels of aggregation. In this, most OLAP databases are pre-computed multiple group bys corresponding to different levels of aggregation of the data of the base cube, you can say. So like group by could be computed at the product store level, product time and time level for a base cube with dimensions, product store and time is quickly important. It's quickly important to index the summarized data. So for this, an issue that arises. What is that issue? Whether to build separate index trees for different levels of aggregation, or whether to add special values of the dimension and index pre-computed summaries along with the base level data. So for instance, if we index sales for product year, then we can store total sales at the product level by simply adding an additional values for the year dimension corresponding to all years, and storing total sales for each product there. And third is what? Multiple traversal orders. In this multiple traversal orders, B tree, you have heard about that. B tree are commonly used in OLTP systems to to retire data sorts on the index attribute, right? So this is often cheaper alternate to doing external sorts. So this OLAP database, because of the large number of group bys that they perform, they can benefit for using the indexes of sort data. Okay, so for this, what to say is, because of the large number of groups bys that they perform, can also benefit from using indexes to sort data fast. So the challenge is in allowing such a feature over multiple attributes instead of a single one, and also for any permutations of in any subset of the attributes. The next is the fourth one is efficient batch update. In this OLAP database, this have the advantage that frequent points update, as in OLTP, means online transaction processing data, is uncommon. So the update problem cannot be totally ignored. So making batch updates efficient is absolutely necessary. It is not uncommon for multinational organizations to update data as high as 4 times a day since daily data from different locations of the world appears at different times. On the other hand, these updates are clustered by region and time. So this property can be exploited in localizing changes and making updates faster. Then the fifth one is the handle sparse data. Means colliate instead that typically 20% of the data in the logical OLAP cube are non-zero. So for this, however, as an OLAP models and is ending newer applications, it is desirable to have an indexing method that is not tied to any exact notation of sparsity. So therefore, the ideal method should scale well with increasing sparsity. Now come to the existing methods. First is the multidimensional array based methods. In this method, logically the OLAP data cube can be viewed as a multi-dimensional array with the key attributes forming the axis of array. So the ideal indexing scheme for this logical view of the data would have been a multi-dimensional array if the data cube were done. So any exact or range query or any combinations of the attribute could have been easily answered by algebraic computations, the right offsets and fetching the required data. So consider an application of 4-dimensional cube where product and store are identified as sparse dimensions and time and scenarios belong to the dense set. A B-tree index is built on the product store pair, and for each pair of values where data is present, a 2-dimensional array of the time and scenarios is stored. Second is the bitmap index and variation. In this, when data is sparse, a good option is not to index the multidimensional data space but index each of the dimension space separately in a bitmap index. Okay, so basically this is a popular method which is used by several vendors, and different vendors have different variants of the basic method. So each dimension of the cube has associated with it a bitmap index. In the simplest form, a bitmap index is a B-tree where instead of storing read for each key values at the leaf, we store a bitmap. The bitmap for value V of the attribute A is an array of the bits where each bit corresponds to a row of the fact table. This bit is either one only of those positions where the corresponding row has value V for attribute A. So the major advantages of this method are: for low cardinality data, bitmap are both spaced and retrieval efficient. Bit operations like AND or NOT count are more efficient than doing the same operations on read list. The second advantage is the access to data is clustered, since the bitmap order corresponds to the data storage and order. The third is all dimensions are treated symmetrically and sparse data can be handled the same way as dense data. The fourth is, if required, data can also be retrieved in any arbitrarily stored order of dimensions by traveling the bitmap in a certain order. So however, using the indices to retrieve data in a particular order can result is a loss of the cluster data access property. And what are the major disadvantages of bitmap indexes? These are: the first is the ring bitmap for range queries might be expensive. The number AND operation is limited to the uh, uh, number of dimensions that is there for small in most cases. So however the number of operations can be large for many queries, since each value is a range of dimensions will incur on and or operations. Second is the increased space overhead of storing the bitmap, especially for high cardinality data. Third is the batch updates can also be expensive, since all bitmap indexes will have to modify it for even a single new row insertion. Third one is the compression, means bitmaps are often compressed to reduce space overhead, but this implies that the overhead of decompression has to be incurred during retrieval, or one has to rely on the method of doing and or operations. So on the compressed bit image, for simple compression schemes like run length encoding, it is easy to design and or algorithm. So for that the work on compressed data, however it is necessary to keep the cost of these operations low, since of the main reason of using bitmap indices is that it enables fast bit operations. So compression is, is important. Now fourth is a hybrid matter, means is bitmap are not appropriate for high cardinality data. So some products follow a hybrid approach where a plain B tree used when the list of quantifying rate per entry is small, otherwise a bit map index is used. So this is all about indexing OLAP data, and this session is powered by digital version 2.0. Jyoti Vidyapeeth from Institute University Jaipur. Hope you are satisfied with my digital session. If you have any query, please mention in comment box. I will resolve it. Thank you.